Okay. Yes, good afternoon, class. Yes, in previous two lectures, we have discussed about work. In today's class, we will discuss about energy, different form of energy, and then we will discuss about kinetic energy and expression used for kinetic energy. What is the units used for kinetic energy? So these are the topic for today. So let's start. The first is, what is energy? What is energy? Energy. Energy is the ability to do work. What is energy? The ability to do work is known as energy. Ability to do work is known as energy. Ability to do work is known as energy. Energy and work both are interrelated to each other. Okay. We can do work the amount of energy we are having. ओके तो जितना एनर्जी हमारे पास होगा उतना ही हम क्या कर पाएंगे वर्क कर पाएंगे तो इस वर्क करने की जो एबिलिटी है जो कैपेसिटी है उसी को हम क्या कहेंगे एनर्जी एनर्जी ओके सो ability to do work is known as energy or capacity of doing work is known as energy so this is the definition of energy unit of energy is SI unit of energy SI unit of energy is joule. SI unit of energy is joule. It is denoted by capital J. The same unit we have used for work. So energy, work means all kind of energy and work have same unit joule. And joule is named after a scientist, James Prescott Joule. To honor that scientist, we used his name as a unit of work and energy. Okay, we have already defined what is 1 joule in case of work done. Work is force into displacement, and we have defined what is 1 joule in case of work. So you just remember the unit of energy is joule. SI unit of energy is joule. SI unit of energy is joule. Joule is a smaller unit. Some bigger unit we can use. What is a bigger unit of energy? Bigger unit is kilojoule. Kilojoule. Kilojoule is the bigger unit. We can write like this: kJ. kJ. Kilojoule. Kilo. What is kilojoule? Kilo means 1000. So 1 kilojoule is 1000 joule. You can also write. So kilojoule is the bigger unit of energy. What is joule? Joule is the smaller unit of energy. अगर आपसे पूछा है what is 1 kilojoule? 1 kilojoule is equal to 1000 joule. Simple conversion. Mathematics we can also take like this: kilo, kilometer, kiloliter. Okay, kilograms. Kilo represent 1000 and joule is joule. Okay, so kilojoule is the bigger unit of energy. Okay, student. Next is different form of energy. हम अपने आसपास बहुत तरह की एनर्जीज ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. So what are different form of energy? There are some different form of energy. Let's discuss different form of energy. Different form of energy. Different form of energy. Okay. Different form of energy. First is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. I'm just writing the name, different form of energy. Then I will explain one by one. Okay. And in our syllabus, only 2 or 3 energy we are having in detail. The rest of the energy you just remember the name only. Okay. Kinetic energy, energy due to motion. If a body is moving, it is having some kind of energy due to its motion. That energy is kinetic energy. Potential energy. Potential energy. Energy possessed by a body due to its position, due to its shape, due to its size. If a body is raised up to some height, okay, so due to that height, energy of the body is potential energy. If body is moving due to motion, energy is kinetic energy. Okay, these 2 type of energy we will discuss in detail in this chapter. Next, we are having different kind of energy. Yes, light energy. Light energy. Okay, student. Light energy. This energy, light is a form of energy due to which we can see, which help us to see. Sound energy. Sound energy. Form of energy due to which we can hear. That is it. Sound energy. In class junior class 7, 8, you have discussed about light energy, sound energy. Chemical energy. Chemical energy. These are some different form of energy. Okay, but first 2 type, kinetic and potential. इनको हम डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे, इनको फॉर्मुलेट भी करेंगे, एक्सप्रेशन भी डराइव करेंगे. रेस्ट ऑफ द एनर्जी जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर हिज नेम. ओके. केमिकल एनर्जी, इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी. इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी, or you can say electricity. Electrical energy is also a form of energy. So we are having so different kind of energy around us. Get the right name. Okay. Heat energy. Heat energy, energy due to which we feel hotness or coldness or warmth. That energy is heat energy. So students, these are some different form of energy, but in detail we will discuss about first 2 types of energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. So these are different kind of energy. Okay, student. Yes, let's discuss about first form of energy. Okay, first form of energy is kinetic energy. Yes. Kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? Let's discuss about kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? Motion. Energy due to motion. Energy possessed. Energy possessed by an object. By an object due to its motion. Due to its motion is known as kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. By an object due to its motion. Energy possessed. If an object is having some kind of energy and that energy is just because of its motion, that energy is known as kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. Energy possessed by an object due to its motion is known as kinetic energy. Kinetic energy, or you can say just energy due to motion. Energy due to motion is known as kinetic energy. So energy due to motion is known as kinetic energy. Moving body, moving object. Okay. If a car is running, cycle is running, okay, train is moving, aeroplane is moving, every moving object. Okay, wind is blowing here is also having some kind of kinetic energy. So energy possessed due to motion or energy due to motion is known as kinetic energy. Okay, kinetic energy, or you can simply write that energy due to motion is known as kinetic energy. Yes, student. Okay. So let's start expression for kinetic energy. Just write down expression for kinetic energy. Expression for kinetic energy. अब क्वेश्चन कुछ इस तरह से भी आ सकता है, derive, state and explain. Okay. So question can be asked like this: state and explain kinetic energy. जहां पर भी इस तरह का क्वेश्चन आएगा, state and explain, derive and expression, तो आपको क्या करना है? डेरिवेशन, सबसे पहले डेफिनेशन लिखनी होती है, फिर उसको क्या करना होता है? डेराइव करना होता है. ठीक है. एक्सप्रेशन फॉर काइनेटिक एनर्जी. Expression for kinetic energy. For kinetic energy. तो सबसे पहले आप क्या करेंगे? You will define the energy. Energy due to motion of an object is known as kinetic energy. Okay. So let us consider some quantity. Let F is applied force on an object that we are having some object. This object is having mass m, moving with some velocity v, and the applied force is F. F force we are applying on this. Due to the applied force, object is in motion, and when the object is in motion, it is having some kind of energy, it is having some kind of motion, velocity, some kind of momentum is there. Okay, after some time, the object is displaced from its position. Okay, and like S is the displacement or the position or the distance covered by this object. Okay, so let us consider F is the applied force. What is M? Mass of an object. Mass of an object. U, initial velocity. Initial velocity. V, final velocity. Final velocity. If we are applying some force on an object and it is having some displacement, so work is done. We can say that some kind of work is done. So what is W? Work done. Okay. Initial velocity, final velocity. A, acceleration. Acceleration will be there. Okay. So what is the work done? How we will calculate kinetic energy? All the kinetic energy is some kind of work. तो जब भी हम कोई एनर्जी का एक्सप्रेशन फाइंड आउट करेंगे तो बेसिकली हम क्या फाइंड आउट करेंगे? वर्क डन कैलकुलेट करेंगे, और वो वर्क डन इसी तरह की एनर्जी में क्या हो जाएगा? कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? काइनेटिक एनर्जी की बात कर रहे हैं, और ये एनर्जी मोशन की वजह से होती है. तो हम यहाँ पे जो वर्क डन कैलकुलेट करेंगे, दैट वर्क डन विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू काइनेटिक एनर्जी. इसी तरह का एक्सप्रेशन हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे पोटेंशियल के लिए. तो पोटेंशियल के लिए भी हम वर्क डन कैलकुलेट करेंगे, और वो वर्क डन पोजीशन की वजह से, शेप, साइज, कॉन्फ़िगरेशन की वजह से किसमें चेंज हो जाएगा? पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. सो बेसिकली हमने करना क्या है? वर्क डन को कैलकुलेट करना. ठीक है. ओके. सो व्हाट इज द वर्क डन बाय एन ऑब्जेक्ट? So we know work done is equal to force into displacement. Force into displacement. Work done is equal to force into displacement. Okay. So what is work done? W will be equal to F into S. F into S. As we know, what is force? Mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration. And using the equation of motion, we can also calculate this displacement. Using the equation of motion, using equation of motion, Consequation v square minus u square. This is equal to 2as. V square minus u square is equal to 2as. So we can calculate the velocity of displacement from here. S is equal to v square minus u square divided by 2a. So this is the value of displacement. This is the value of applied force. Okay, calculate these two values in equation first. Okay, force is equal to mass into acceleration, and using the equation of motion v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Just calculate the value of displacement. ये यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लाई है तो क्या हो जाएगा? डिवाइड हो जाएगा तो v square minus u square divided by 2a. Okay. So next, putting this value in first equation. Putting this value in first equation. Okay. Putting the value of F and S in equation this. So we are having W is equal to what is force? M into A multiplied by what is displacement? V square minus U square divided by 2A. Okay. So these two values. What is F? M into A. What is S? V square minus U square divided by 2A. इसे cancelled out हो जाएगा. So what is the work done? That is equal to 1 by 2 M V square minus U square. V square minus U square. If initially object is at rest, what will be its initial velocity? Initial velocity will be 0. So यहाँ पे लिख देंगे हम if object is at rest or starting from rest, not at rest. If object starts from rest, अगर वो रेस्ट पोजीशन से चलता है तो u will be equal to 0. Initial velocity क्या होगी? 0. Initial velocity will be 0. So this work done will be equal to W is equal to 1 by 2 m v square. Okay. So student basically हमारा एक्सप्रेशन आ चुका है. अब यहाँ पे हमने कैलकुलेट क्या किया है? वर्क डन. और एनर्जी की डेफिनेशन भी क्या होती है? एनर्जी की एबिलिटी टू डू वर्क. अब जितना सा ये वर्क डन किया है इस ऑब्जेक्ट ने इसको मूव करवाने के लिए, वही वर्क डन किसकी फॉर्म में प्रोजेस्ट हो जाएगा, किसकी फॉर्म में यहाँ पे स्टोर हो जाएगा? काइनेटिक एनर्जी की फॉर्म. तो हमने जस्ट एक लाइन यहाँ पे लिखनी है, दिस वर्क डन विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू काइनेटिक एनर्जी. क्यों? क्योंकि ये ऐसा वर्क डन है जिससे ऑब्जेक्ट किसके अंदर आ रहा है? मोशन के अंदर आ रहा है. ओके. सो दिस वर्क डन will be converted into kinetic energy. Okay, this work done will be converted into. ठीक है, एक्सप्रेशन को यहाँ पे मैं लिख देता हूँ. This work done will be converted into kinetic energy. Okay. Kinetic energy. This work done will be converted into kinetic energy, or you can say stored as kinetic energy. This work done will be stored as kinetic energy. This work done will be stored as a kinetic energy. So what will be the expression? I am using Ke for kinetic energy. 1 by 2 m v square. This will be the final expression for kinetic energy, or you can say formula of kinetic energy. तो जितना भी हमने वर्क डन किया है ऑब्जेक्ट को मूव करवाने में, okay, that work done is 1 by 2 mv square if the initial object start from rest position. Rest मतलब initial velocity will be 0, और हम कोई force apply करते हैं, after some time it is in motion, it is having some kind of displacement, force multiplied by displacement is work done. That work done will be stored or will be converted into kinetic energy. तो वर्क डन का एक्सप्रेशन हमारे पास क्या है, 1 by 2 mv square, यही किसकी फॉर्म में स्टोर रहेगा, काइनेटिक एनर्जी की फॉर्म में स्टोर ऑब्जेक्ट। ओके स्टूडेंट, मैं फिर से रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, एक्सप्रेशन किस तरह से कैलकुलेट किया हमने, देखिएगा ध्यान से, यू कैन टेक स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ दिस। यस, प्रॉपर तरीके से आपने शेयर नोट्स इसके प्रिपेयर करने हैं। F is the applied force, object having mass m, initial velocity u, final velocity v. If we are applying some force, we are doing some kind of work done. Okay, and s is the displacement, a is the acceleration. You can also write there s is displacement, s is displacement, s is the displacement. Okay, write all these things. Then what is the work done? Force into displacement, f into s, f into s. So we know that force is equal to mass into acceleration, and using the equation of motion, third equation of motion, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So putting calculating s from here, divided by 2a, v square minus u square divided by 2a is equal to s, displacement. Okay, so putting these two value, force and displacement, in this equation. So f is equal to w is equal to force into displacement, force ma, displacement will be v square minus u square upon 2a. a से cancel out हो जाएगा, 1 by 2 take common, and v square minus u square. Object is starting from rest position से वो चल रहा है, तो इनिशियल वेलोसिटी उसकी क्या होगी, 0 होगी, यहाँ पे वैल्यू पुट कर दी, तो व्हाट इज वर्क डन, 1 by 2 m v square, 1 by 2 m v square. तो स्टूडेंट ये जो वर्क डन हम कर रहे हैं किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को मोशन में लेके आने के लिए, यही वो वर्क डन होगा जो उसकी काइनेटिक एनर्जी के फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. This work done will be converted into kinetic energy, or this work done will be stored as kinetic energy. तो kinetic energy I am writing here ke. किसी किसी बुक में आपको ek भी लिखा हुआ मिल जाएगा बेटा, ek इस तरह से, ठीक है, तो वो कोई भी नोटेशन आप ले सकते हैं, ke काइनेटिक एनर्जी, कोई स्टैंडर्ड नोटेशन इसके लिए है नहीं किसी भी एनर्जी के लिए, तो बुक टू बुक वैरी कर जाएगा. हो सकता है एनसीईआरटी में ek लिखा हुआ मिल जाए, किसी बुक में ke लिखा हुआ मिल जाए, तो उससे कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है. E stand for kinetic energy, Ke stand for kinetic energy. Okay, so 1 by 2 mv square. This is the final expression. अब बेटा अगर यहाँ पे फिर से वही आ जाता है कि what is the unit for kinetic energy, तो एक ही चीज याद रखनी है, वर्क डन और all kind of energy सभी के लिए क्या रहेगा, जूल ही यूनिट रहेगी. इस तरह से नहीं हम कह सकते कि मास को हम केजी में लेंगे, वेलोसिटी मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर, मीटर पर सेकंड, और उसका स्क्वायर कर दिया, यहाँ से कोई यूनिट बनेगी नहीं, वो बन सकती है, ठीक है, प्रैक्टिकल कैलकुलेशन के लिए बन सकती है, बट जो जनरल जो यूनिट हमारी रहेगी एसआई यूनिट, दैट इज जूल. अगेन इट इज जूल. तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी 1/2 mv स्क्वायर. ठीक है स्टूडेंट, तो ये जो टॉपिक हमने किए हैं इसके आपने नोट्स प्रिपेयर करने हैं. If any student wants to ask any question, any difficulty is there, he or she can ask their queries. Yes, Puneet sir, please allow the student if they wants to ask any question. Puneet sir, Puneet sir, Puneet sir, If student wants to ask any question, please allow them. Yes, Punit sir, are you there? Okay, student, ये note down करना है आपने and prepare your share note in your share notebook.